Principal Karen Powell of Whitfield Primary dies. The Whitfield Primary School community has been plunged into mourning following the sudden death of Principal Karen Powell on Friday afternoon. Powell collapsed, and despite the swift response of a medical doctor, she was pronounced dead at the scene, according to a statement from the Education Ministry. The ministry has activated its trauma response protocol and will visit the school on Monday to provide grief counseling and support to students, teachers, and the wider school community. Education Minister Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon has expressed sorrow of Powell's demise. The ministry is saddened by the passing of Powell, who was an exemplary educator. We offer our heartfelt condolence to her immediate family and the students and staff she served, she noted. Meantime, Board Chairman John Maffood described Ms. Powell as a dedicated principal who contributed greatly to the school's improvement, especially in the primary exit profile paper examinations. Mr. Maffood said she will be greatly missed. He noted that for now, administrators are focused on providing psychosocial support to the students and staff during this period of mourning.
Ms. Powell has been the principal for over 2 years and has made significant improvements in the school, which is a challenge school in that it is in an inner city, and inner city schools, it's particularly difficult, for the kids. But through her efforts, the PEP results have improved, and it was on its way to doing even better. She was very dedicated and loved by all, and it's obviously going to be very hard on the students and teachers and the parents. The Ministry of Education has arranged for Monday for grief counselors to come to the school and to work with the teachers and the students alike. Of course, in due course, we will have to look at, a temporary replacement for her to carry on the work that she has been doing, and ultimately to look at a replacement. But right now, we're focused more on, on the students and teachers, how they manage, and of course, her own family, who are devastated by this sudden loss.
Police Commissioner Blake to JFG focus on criminals not relevant. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake has rejected Jamaicans for Justice JFJ criticism over the high rate of fatal police shooting, arguing that the right group is misguided and seeking relevance.
I've taken note of the Jamaican for Justice's condemnation of what they described as intolerable number of fatal shootings by the security forces. I strongly support the view that the number of fatal shootings is too high. However, the call is wrongly directed and should be aiming at those who make the decision to challenge a far more superior force. And so let me encourage Jamaican for Justice to be more responsible in their public pronouncements, especially when the nation is aware of its members' proven ability to comprehend the most basic and fundamental principles of security. To suggest that fatal shooting numbers can be reduced by anything other than the unwillingness of persons being apprehended to engage in deadly confrontation with members of the security forces is irresponsible, or at best, advocating for us to relent in our pursuit. We again reiterate the point that those who seek to kill and maim will not be left free and unobstructed to hold communities at ransom and in constant fear. It means we make no apology to stand between these murdering thugs and the people of this country. We also wish to reiterate the idiocy of these criminal elements in seeking to engage the security forces with deadly force and expect not to be responded to with similar force. Ladies and gentlemen, our prisons and police lockups are fully populated with persons who have made the smarter choice of surrendering peacefully to the police. We have had well over 1,000 firearm-related arrests each year. Persons have had their day in court and have, in some instances, been freed of the charges against them. They have all lived to see another day, simply because they choose not to direct deadly force against our members. We have had police officers and soldiers killed and seriously injured in some of these confrontations. It is mandated by policy that every incident of fatal shooting must be followed by a removal from frontline duty and an administrative review. This takes police that would normally be out to protect you, the citizens, off the street. And so, yes, we agree. We need to have less fatal shootings. And so I call upon JFJ to demonstrate to the public that your care is more for the well-being of our citizens and less for the relevance of your organization. And it is hard for me to think otherwise when I know JFJ is fully abreast of the facts. Finally, as I wrap up, this constant call for there to be more accountability over the JCF is in itself a slap in the face of Indicom. Be reminded that that is their single most important mandate. And let me be absolutely clear, lest I am misunderstood or misquoted. I am a full supporter of what Indicom stands for. An effective Indicom assures me that those among us who believe that they are free to break the law will be held to account and be removed from within our ranks. The JCF's effectiveness depends on this. However, I'm concerned that the JFJ supports the idea that Indicom's investigation is being hampered because we do not have body-worn camera footage to present to them, even while they have more than 60% of what is required to complete an investigation. And this includes statements from our members who are involved, ballistic information, report on the circumstances surrounding the case, and primacy over the scene. We in the JCF do not have the luxury of taking that position. So let me take this opportunity to reiterate the point that we have been making for some time. We will continue to use our superior intelligence gathering capabilities. We will continue to utilize our superior investigative capacity. We will use our superior operational capabilities, and we will go out and confront those who seek to destabilize our communities by wielding the threat of violence and terror. It continues to be our intention to bring those marauding criminals to justice so that they can have their day in court. Our track record of bringing violent criminals before a judge is beyond question. However, let me say again, when the police come for you, do not raise your weapons against us. Lay down your weapons and have your day in court. But should you choose the foolish option of challenging us with lethal force, know this: I do not train my police to lose. We have the superior training and firepower to ensure that we win every time. Let me encourage every Jamaican who truly believes in justice to work alongside the Jamaica Constabulary Force to continue our mission to bring down violent crime even further this year. And let's create a society where we can all feel safe.
Monument to be erected to honor Kendall train crash victims. The Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport and the Manchester Municipal Corporation on Friday signed a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) for the erection of a monument in honor of the victims of Kendall train crash of 1957. Portfolio Minister Oliver Grange and Mayor of Mandeville, Councillor Donovan Mitchell, signed the MOU at the ministry's Trafalgar Road office in New Kingston. The monument will be constructed at a cost of $7.9 million, with funding provided by the ministry. It is expected to be unveiled on September 1, which will mark the 68th anniversary of the rail mishap, which was the worst in the history of Jamaica. In her remarks, Grange said the purpose of memorializing this event is to provide a physical site that persons can visit to pay homage to those who suffered and died in the horrific incident. Good governance requires us to promote rituals of memory in circumstances such as Kendall disaster. We will never forget those who died, were injured, and scarred for life, those who survived, and a whole nation that mourned when dawn came the following day and news of the incident spread, she stated. For his part, Councillor Mitchell said it is anticipated that the monument will be constructed within a 6-month period. We're expecting to be ready for the 1st of September when we have the next commemoration in Kendall, he noted. A memorial park and a museum dedicated to the memory of the Kendall disaster will also be established at the site at a later time. The Institute of Jamaica, the Jamaica National Heritage Trust, and the National Library provide support in the undertaking. The Kendall rail disaster took place on the night of Sunday, September 1, 1957, when more than 170 Jamaicans died when their Kingston-bound train ran off the rail at Kendall in Manchester. More than 700 of the 1,600 passengers were maimed or disfigured. Many of the victims and survivors of the crash were members of the St. Anne Roman Catholic Church. They had traveled by train for a pilgrimage in Montego Bay and were returning to Kingston when disaster struck. Governor General Sir Patrick Allen has proclaimed the day of September 1 each year as a National Day of Remembrance of the victims and survivors of the Kendall Reed disaster. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.